Welcome, welcome, welcome. Grand full moon in Scorpio. I am Goddess High Priestess Empress Abela Pantera. As a matter of fact, we are exact as far as the full moon opposing the new moon. The new moon opposing that new moon is definitely significant though. That kept on coming up. Opposing the sun in Taurus. Grand full moon in Scorpio. Scorpio moon, 4 degrees. Give y'all a few. Tune in. I should get. Um, where is? Let me see. Oh, there it is. May you all be well in this glorious energy, completion of a cycle. When we speak of that energy of Scorpio, this full moon, some of you may have been realizing that you are at a point of cutting out shallow based connections, and you want something much deeper, something that connects with the entirety of the depths of you, not just a bit, but the full infinite energy of it. You know what I mean? So, may you all be well. If you're in the chat here, let me know if you can hear me. Wow, message beginning 3:20. So let's get into it. Full moon in Scorpio, 4 degrees. Welcome all once again. Let's look inside the degrees of this here energy of Scorpio, 4 degrees, and it reads, a loud roar as a tornado approaches. The storms of the world come right through where and when they are needed. They must wipe out ordinary consciousness and bring into play every kind of release, spirit, and force. When we live in the thick of storms and with always another threatened or impending, we are impelled into the depth, emotions tumultuously drawn to activate the undersoul, personally and collectively. You sense the violent urgency for everybody round about of whatever you are going through. And so you are plunged into the storms to seek cleansing and release, to bring up what is under there and let it play itself out freely. You do this with temptations toward every obsessive or addictive state imaginable, and with the tremendous guiding force leading you through any and every extreme to make all of the existence come alive from deep inside, elementally, primally, and regeneratively. Now, Scorpio 4 degrees also connects to the goddess Kali Ma. And if you were present in yesterday's message, which is still today's message, depending on when you view it, okay? It's that energy presenting itself forward 654 on the timer, okay? So I want to make sure this here volume is intact. Let me see. Are we good? Here, hold on. Testing one, two, three. Okay, all is well. Let's get it. Yes, you're not seeing the visuals. You'll see cards once we pull them through. But let us continue. Let's see here. Put music back on. So as you can see, Scorpio 4 degrees, a loud roar as a tornado approaches. I also want us to look into what the moon is opposing at this time, which is the sun in Taurus, 4 degrees, making it a full moon. And inside of degrees for this specific energy, Taurus 4, a man talking in his sleep is the metaphor or or the title of this. A psychic faculty is dreamt into and sustained, leaving everything wide open for passive absorption, going so deep in there, an altered state, that you become karmically thrown into the dilemma of translation between the worlds. Let's say that one more time. A man talking in his sleep, the opposition to the moon, the sun, Taurus 4 degrees, with Scorpio at 4 degrees. The psychic faculty is dreamt into and sustained, leaving everything wide open for passive absorption, going so deep in there, an altered state, that you become karmically thrown into the dilemma of translation between the worlds, being used by astral forces and learning to adapt. Before I even move forward with the rest of this message of Taurus 4 degrees, which is opposing Scorpio moon 4 degrees, okay? What's coming to the light has everything to do with these two messages that we're reading on at this time. All right. So, being used by astral forces, the mantra I use is connected to Saturn, Capricorn energy, 10th house energy. But for each of you, that is occurring in a different area of your life as it connects to your rising sign. So you can look into this on your own, but I'm going to give you the houses as far as what this message is referring to, as far as being used by astral forces and where this may be occurring. Okay. And remembering the way that you adapt. So this is also connecting to a mutable energy where you're not allowing yourself to be so deeply fixed into the way you take action. And action could also mean the way you speak about a situation to others or yourself. So being used by astral forces, again, Saturn, it connects to that 10th house Capricorn energy mantra of I use. So as far as Saturn in Pisces, let's go into that really quickly here. If you are a Pisces rising, this is going to be occurring in your first house, Aquarius rising, second house, Capricorn rising, third house, Sagittarius, fourth house, Scorpio, fifth house, Libra, sixth house, Virgo, seventh house, Leo, eighth house, Cancer, ninth house, Gemini, 10th house, Taurus, 11th, and Aries, 12th house. So when it comes to this message of being I use is 10th house energy, Saturn frequency, Capricorn vibes, okay, being used by astral forces, this Saturn in Pisces, which is also reflected by or depicted by in the tarot by the Eight of Cups. Those houses that I just mentioned as it relates to your rising sign. This could possibly be the area in your life where you are seeing situations that is now time for you to walk away from because you have learned the lesson. Okay. I'm going to let you know about where the full moon in Scorpio is, but that's just had to be mentioned just here, just now. So being used by astral forces and learning to adapt, or remembering rather. It continues to say, indwelling, a place reserved for those who are not ready to activate, but oh, the dreams, the vapors, remembrance, recapitulation, return, longing for connection between the worlds. You may be able to take the underworld route through if disciplined attunement is fostered. Let's say that one more time. Being used by astral forces and learning to adapt. I just gave each of you based off your rising sign where Saturn in Pisces is at this time where this could be occurring. It continues to say, indwelling, a place reserved for those who are ready to activate. But, oh, the dreams, the vapors, remembrance, recapitulation, return, longing for a connection between the worlds. You may be able to take the underworld route through if disciplined attunement is fostered. Creative powers are damned, stuck. In other words, stuck. This is why anytime you use that word damn, if it's something that you have freed yourself from and you're expressing gratitude, and then you use that word damn, you got to be mindful of that word because you may put yourself back to where you just came from freeing yourself. All right? Just food for thought. Creative powers are dammed up and filtered through into naive wistfulness. You wait, hope, and are drawn back and back until the inner worlds have heard and respected and the balance can be restored. See, waiting and hope are they can be used interchangeably if there is a fear of the unknown. But when you are carrying that faith, what you do while you wait, or the way you're waiting, it will activate patience, or you're waiting from a patient state. You're not rushing the process. You're living in your now moment, moment to moment. But to hope, there is a little bit of that spark to be at that vibration where what it is that you're asking for comes into your life. But it definitely carries a much more heavier notion of fear of the unknown. And once again, fears false evidence appearing real. And if you can distinguish it as something that is unknown, is it unknown anymore at that point? No, because you have labeled it. You know it for what it is. This is where, within the consciousness of humanity, there has to be that next level of awakening where there are things that you're stating that you may feel as though you don't know, but as long as you express it and you know that that's what it is, it's no longer that. It's in the process of it changing. It's sort of similar to when someone says they're trying to do something as they're doing it. If you're doing something, you're no longer in a trying state. The trying state is more so you yet having to make a decision whether you're going to do something. Okay. Now let's go back to our Scorpio energy. Full moon in Scorpio, 4 degrees, one more time. A loud roar as a tornado approaches. The storms of the world come right through where and when they are needed. They must wipe out ordinary consciousness and bring into play every kind of released spirit and force. And once again, this full moon in Scorpio, 4 degrees, is strongly connected to Kalima, okay? The genital area of the feminine, but it can also be ferocious. You can experience some extreme passion. Whoever connects to you, they recognize that that there's a level to you that if they're coming to you with any other motive other than loving you unconditionally, just put it this way, that's their eyes. Okay, so vice versa, it doesn't have to be just about the feminine and the vagina, but it could also, that's primarily what it is. Let's just put that out there. But at the same time, a masculine who has a clear understanding, overstanding of his feminine energy and principles within him, he can connect to a feminine who is still wounded in her feminine state, but has a very strong masculine energy. All right. So Scorpio 4, the storms of the world come right through where and when they are needed. They must wipe out ordinary consciousness and bring into play every kind of release, spirit, and force. When we live in the thick of storms and with always another threatening or impending, we are impelled into the depths of emotions, tumultuously drawn to activate the undersoul personally and collectively. You sense the violent urgency for everybody roundabout or whatever you are going through. And so you are plunged into the storms to seek cleansing and release. That's the reason for the storms right there. Perfectly stated. To bring up what is under there and let it play itself out freely. Because a lot of this has been damned. You do this with temptations toward every obsessive or addictive state imaginable, and with a tremendous guiding force leading you through any and every extreme to make all of existence come alive from deep inside, elementally, primally, and regeneratively. Now, based off of your rising sign, these are the houses that this full moon in Scorpio is activated, and also it is in a square to Pluto in Aquarius, its ruling planet of Scorpio, Pluto, it's in the square to this full moon right now. So, as far as bringing situations to the light, it can bring about a challenge in doing so. Okay. But as it said, Scorpio 4, you sense the violent urgency for everybody round about or whatever you are going through, and you are so plunged into the storms to seek cleansing and release, to bring up what is under there and let it play out, let it play itself out freely. So this, what I'm getting from that message is here as well. For some of you, there's ways about you, you know what I'm saying, that you may have suppressed because you are more so focused on what others think of you. And again, as long as your thoughts are about what someone else thinks of you, you're not in that alignment of your own thoughts within your own crown to align with your heart chakra, because your crown's understanding is your own heart. But you have to be in connection to your own thoughts and not someone else's thoughts of you in order to do so. Okay. My gift to the world is literally, or to the collective, just put it that way, is to be a representation of the universe expressing itself, nature expressing itself, the storms, the sunny days. You know what I'm saying? So let's go through your rising signs. As far as this full moon in Scorpio, 4 degrees. 4 is a Cancerian degree. All right. So this Scorpio full moon is also carrying the energy of Cancer at 4 degrees. Therefore, it's bringing forth that Kalima energy. All right. So for Scorpio, obviously, this full moon in Scorpio is in your first house. For Libra, this is your second house. For Virgo, this is your third house. Leo, fourth house. Cancer, fifth house. Gemini, sixth house. Taurus, seventh house. Aries, eighth house. Pisces, ninth house. Aquarius, 10th house. Capricorn, 11th house. Sagittarius, 12th house. Now, this is based off your rising sign. You can even look at this for your sun and moon as far as the houses and where this full moon is. But based off those signs, you know what I'm saying, you can see the era of your life based on those houses as to where this is all occurring for you. But what I'm going to do is a collective message for all at this moment so we can look further into this. Okay. And we'll go from there. May you all be well. It's 7:11 on the timer, love. Let's see what we got going on. Welcome, Pantera Soul Fan, and welcome. What message do you have for the collective? Okay. What message do you have for the collective, beloved? Emotions are running high. Super moon at the bottom of the deck. We have balanced spirituality and practicality. Full moon in Pisces coming through. Yeah, that definitely makes all the sense in the world based off of, what we were just looking into as far as inside the degrees. But let me see what words of wisdom from the wisdom oracle is coming through here. It's definitely a completion of the cycle when it comes to the lack of balance, um, due to emotions running high and one not being able to stabilize themselves to see the power in those emotions. And there was a heavy level of sorrow. Remember yesterday message we were just talking about the two fishes, and they're not necessarily going in opposite directions. They're circulating. They're going roundabout. So it's an energy of flushing something out. I mean, that's definitely significant as it relates to the 12th house energy, as it connects to recuperation, rehab, rejuvenation. Hospitals for some, it also includes prisons, but not for some, but it does also include prisons. I just saw the card in between worlds. We started this message here at 3:20, and look what shows up here. So that could be of significance, which is the start of a new season, spring. All right. So again, with the new moon energy, yeah, look at that. New life shows up here. New life just popped right on through TikTok. New life. It's time, y'all, for real. 39 is new life, and that's 12. With 3, that's 3, 3, 33. There's something here you're mastering for sure, and that has to do with your loyalty. Hmm. Who you giving the keys of your heart to? Because these keys of your heart that you have been given wasn't somebody that had the capability of seeing through the dark. They were more so afraid of it. So this full moon in Scorpio is definitely closing out the cycle if you allow it to, by allowing yourself to see through situations, listen to your heart. The owl's energy, you know, it's beautiful as can be. Higher power and co-create just pulled up here as well. 40, 40, 44, 40. Higher power and um, co-create with breathe. What's this? To be fair, something's being balanced out. So it look at this. These cards are just I didn't even pull any of them yet. It's just the shuffle that's just showing it through. So some of you have gone through so many cycles of false soulmates. I don't want to say yes, false soulmates once you realize that they're not. Okay. Time for a nap. You've been asleep for some time here. It's time to wake up. Time to wake up. I'm just laughing because I'm thinking of this song my siblings made up. What my sister did to wake my brother up. Because that boy could sleep, boy. So that could be significant. This may be, you know, is that's just where that went. It went in and out. Listen, a deep knowing. I don't have to explain it because for some of you, you already know what we talk about. But let's see. What's the words of wisdom here? That was fast. Okay. So the number 24 could be significant because this here 42 came out of reverse chopped wood. It's time to clean up that which you've been chopping down, breaking down. Taurus energy also connects to the teeth. So, as well as Saturn, Capricorn. So you could be an Aquarius rising here. All right. So in general, what we have at the bottom of the deck, building blocks, 28. You could be life path 4, 22, or Taurus energy, King of Pentacles I'm seeing as well. Emotions are running high here for some of you because all you have to do is literally clean this situation up. Now, this full moon in Scorpio has brought to the surface that which you have to clean up. Depending on which area of your life this may be, it would be different for each of you. But let me see here. Chopped wood and community came out sideways. Number 8. 8 also represents Jupiter as well as Scorpio energy. So there's an ending here for some of you, and it could be, triggering certain feelings or emotions that is allowing you to see now what has been missing for you to be in harmony when it comes to spirituality and practicality that was out of balance. Because you first balance out the scales. Once the scales are balanced out and that energy is leveled out, then you can experience that energy of harmony. Let's see what this is. To the C, 8 and 7. Something, I just heard something just moved backwards. Or this could be something again from your past that you have now victoriously 3043 on the timer. You may have been seeing 343 quite a bit. All right, but that 33 is definitely important. You have reached a point of being able to wear that crown on your shoulder, the 33rd vertebrae. So Pisces energy is coming through with the hangman as it's represented. The hangman represents the number 33. So there had to be some form of enlightenment. The hangman is number 12. Again, there goes that balance because before you can get into that state of aligning with that clarity from being at an uncomfortable state, some of you may be a South Node of Pisces. You had to first balance out certain contracts. The Justice card comes right before that hangman. And then right after that, you have the death card, the card of transformation and rebirth. So this energy of the full moon is asking you, are you one of those that can resurrect from these situations you transformed from, or is it going to keep you down and under? To the sea, there's more coming through about that message. Number 7, the chariot, you're deciding to move forward to the depths of your emotions, to the sea, and taking what you can carry without drowning, because the more treasure you take from the depths of the sea to bring it up to the surface, you can cause yourself to drown that way. So taking only that which is essential. Emotions are running high, energy and motion running high. This energy has something to do with water. I'm getting this feeling of some of you suppressing some level of emotion because of past situations. But just know that this here full moon in Scorpio is actually helping you to release that, so that way you're not putting yourself back into surface based connections. Orphaned is at the bottom of the deck, number 5. Either you or this person, this situation, this lack of balance is having to do with someone's childhood, specifically between the ages of 5 and 8, or those 3 years, or 3 years could be of importance. Doesn't have to be childhood. It could just be the last 3 years, or something about the number 3 years. You can be born on the 3rd, the 30th, the 12th, 21st, and here we have 23. Peace. Now, with this white dove showing up, this is the energy of um, Jupiter conjunct Uranus, Taurus 20 degrees, a dove over troubled waters. But as you can see, there's an olive branch as it relates to this egg. So there's an olive branch as it relates to 722 on the timer. The way you're able to create, and then speaking of water, emotions are running high. I just heard some of you are not allowing yourself to love the way you want to love, or be loved the way you want to be loved, because of a past situation. And then we got flexible at the bottom of the deck. Honk outside, 722 still on the timer, and the honk went off. 1, 2, 3. It was 3. That's 3. That's 3. Let me get one more here. Milk and honey. Speaking of 33 and rising to the crown, that Christ oil for some of you This is definitely that moment of the descension of the Christ oil from your brain into Bethlehem, first your sacral, then into Bethlehem, your solar plexus, if you are a sun in Scorpio. But with this land of milk and honey, this is the land of the balance of the harmony of the pituitary and the pineal gland. Honey being the pineal and milk being the pituitary, feminine, masculine, masculine honey, feminine milk. Number 51, 6, Virgo energy, sixth house, cleaning up habits. The cleaning up of habits. Okay, with the chopped wood showing up, which is card 42, and it was in reverse. Let me, time for a nap. Look at that. 24 pops up again. It's something that I just heard you was sleeping on yourself. That's clear. That just clearly came through. You was sleeping on yourself. Tomorrow could be important too. The 24th, 424. We kept seeing that. I kept seeing that, whether if I'm on the live or not on the live for a minute now, which also connects to Osiris energy, resurrection energy. Huh. Your eyes are opening up because I'm seeing the word Osiris, but they're just showing me iris. Something about your eyes here. Some of you may have recently have been going through a situation with your eyes because something here about your pineal gland is that you have fully awakened that first eye, or you have fully awakened to it. Is coming through as it was. It's not something that's been asleep. It's just that you are awakening. You're coming out of this deep sleep, this deep nap, to now see the power in these emotions that have been running high at some point. I just heard somebody say, "What's the point?" That in itself, that's the answer to your question. Let me see. Let's see what you're being guided to do. Then I'll go into the tarot and we'll conclude the message. The time don't even exist when we on these lives. What in the... We started this at 6:48, but it's already 7:26. Excuse me. Okay. What's the message of guidance for the collective? Full moon in Scorpio. Timeless energy as well. Ooh, the owl. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The owl said, "It's me." Calm, observant, wise. You're being guided to find a serenity and stillness. Hear your thoughts and acknowledge your feelings. The answer to any question is inside you. You are the magic key that unlocks the doors to unconditional love, balance, and abundance in your life. Clear as day. Clear as day. At the bottom of the deck, what do we have? Pure intentions. That's deep. Whew. The fairy of manifestation will help you to use your wishes wisely, or your ability to bring your imagination to life. Manifest your heart's desires with pure intentions and for the highest greatness of all. So, that message about all involved, for the highest purpose of all involved, is coming through once again. Let me get one more message of guidance. Calm, observant, and wise. It's through the lessons that you gain wisdom. Through the challenges that you gain wisdom. It's the challenges is the the strength exercise for you to develop that endurance, to have that wisdom, or to allow that dome to carry that which is wise for you. Moderation. Hmm. Is there something you know you shouldn't be eating? Eat mindfully and healthily. Although the fairy says that a little bit of what you fancy is fine. Okay, that's another one, because Scorpio energy does connect to obsession too. It's from a low vibration, yeah. Its polar opposite is Taurus, which has to do with your senses. So when you play this back and you listen to the inside degrees of both energies, you'll get a clearer sighting of what we're saying here. At the bottom of the deck, you got the bison. You're being guided to be flexible. Absolutely. You got that message twice. Go with the flow and allow things to happen rather than force them. Well, three times in terms of allowing this primal elemental energy to rise up and move as it should, and not damning yourself or damning the energy, keeping it stuck, because it's only going to affect your physical body. This is the vibe of wanting to keep fire in a box, is what they're showing me. Okay. So you're being guided to be flexible, go with the flow, and allow things to happen rather than force them. Universal opportunities are stacked around you. Send to yourself. I just heard with people that match your vibration or that you can learn from, nothing less. Send to yourself and resonate with your core values, and you will reap many rewards. Core values is your Venus energy, second house. All right. Aquarius rising is coming through here strongly. Because as far as the full moon in Scorpio, that's in your 10th house. But as far as Saturn in Pisces, walking away for those things that no longer serve you is in the house of your core values or what you value. Second house. Let's go into the tarot, beloved, and see what final message to bring this home we have for the collective. All right. Much love to those of you who popped through on the live. Hit that Mars energy button. Cleansing yourself, which is that thumbs up energy. Respecting this space. Ashe. What do we have? Ooh, the devil card. And fell on the ground too. In reverse. What's at the bottom? Queen of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. Shit, you want to talk about protect? And then we got the Ace of Wands. You want to talk about protection? Wow. Queen of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, Ace of Wands with the Devil in reverse. This is strongly given. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. And what I'm also getting from that is the weapon that you form against yourself with self-sabotaging thoughts. Because I'm seeing the Eight of Wands with the Seven of Wands and the Ace of Wands, but it's also coming through as an Eight of Swords, Jupiter and Gemini, which is coming up. May. Yeah. What is the Devil in reverse here? That came out quick. And the Chariot. Yeah, you're leaving some form of toxicity or something that had a strong hold on you. You're leaving it behind. Okay, I love to see that. or at least this is what the universe is assisting some of you to do. Some it's assisting y'all with at this time. So if you find yourself holding on to something that you're not ready to clean up with this chopped wood in reverse, that pressure that you're feeling from emotions running extremely high is definitely connected to something that you have to release. Your fear of the unknown is keeping you stuck. But with this message here of the devil and the chariot, devil in reverse is lived. There's a life you've already lived that it's time for you to move forward from. Some of you need to cross the water from where you're at with it. Cross the road when it comes to these emotions running high, or literally, as far as physical location, cross the water, whatever that may mean to you. Look at that. King of Swords. You know what this is about. You have everything you need as far as strategy to make this next step. This is what's dwelling your subconscious mind. You're great with words. You're great with your thoughts as well. But there has been situations in the past that wasn't allowing you to see that. And that lack of visual for yourself has blocked you again from moving forward. Tell me more here. Again, with another 6. The devil card is 15. And look who come out. Tell me. Saw him earlier. The hangman. You've been holding on to something. That's that 33 right there that's been popping through. What is at the bottom of the deck? The Ace of Pentacles. Wow. Now the Chariot is moving in that direction. Okay, because just before this Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, you had the King of Swords, Aquarius energy. Speaking of Aquarius coming through, but Aquarius has to do with the collective. We're not going to just look at this just as, okay, your sign is Aquarius. We're going to look at it more so from a collective standpoint, because Aquarius does speak about the collective. So collectively, everyone is in a position right now to truly walk away from those things that no longer serve them when it comes to sacred values, because it's those sacred values that is creating a decision in one's life. And then under that Ace of Pentacles, you got the Seven of Swords, which is not too far from that Eight of Swords we was just talking about just a minute ago. Now, the Seven of Swords is the card of the moon in Aquarius. Listen, this is about full moon in Scorpio, and but Aquarius is it's the age of it, it's the collective energy. So, as far as balancing spirituality and practicality, and those two fishes here, choose your power. Choose your power. That's really what this full moon speaks up on. Let me look at the Sabian symbol, which the way that just pulled up at the forefront of my mind just now, and see what we got going on. So we would look at Sabian symbol Scorpio 5 for Scorpio 4 degrees. You go one up. Mhm. Let's see. Not that one. 737. A massive rocky shore. Now, as far as the Sabian symbols, degrees from 1 to 5 speak of stability. Overall, from 1 through 5, we move away from our beloved secure past, motivated by curiosity for greater experience, and yet sharing nostalgic memories binds us back into our community, which came out as well. And we find ourselves building a more stable future by working with others in our group. Communal rituals both settle us into worldly life and deepen our access to the spirituality of the passionate life force. For, and by this, we come to the realization of the importance of that stability, which actually creates a greater sense of personal freedom, which connects to five. Sabian symbol five of Scorpio 4 degrees. Let's look exactly into it. And it speaks of the stabilizing influence of institutions. Huh. The double-edged sword of community. That's why Aquarius kept on coming through. The sword, Ace of Swords. But the King of Swords, masculine energy, as far as taking action, is a masculine. It's a masculine principle. Action. Receptivity is the feminine principle to receive, which is why you have to be mindful as to the way you express yourself about money. You circulate it, allow it to be received, because every time you circulate it gives you experience to further go into another experience. You're not spending it. You understand? So again, let's go into this. The stabilizing influence of institutions, Scorpio 5 for 4 degrees to 5 degrees. The double-edged sword of community, which limits individual freedom and yet creates stability and security. Realizing that stability creates greater freedom. Though slow to form, as is land itself, the ways of a community become firmly entrenched and together create a bastion against the storms and tides of evolutionary change. Society is by nature conservative, since stability is reassuring and promotes investment and commitment to the collective well being of the group. Okay, so that's why this Aquarius energy kept on coming out. I just heard don't be surprised as to what happens next, because this is a massive change amongst all. This, remember yesterday I said this is a vibe of day and night. It started from 2018. This is another example that when you're going through something and you reach that point of liberation, you would tell yourself, I would do this all over again, knowing that I get to this point. Now, let's rewind a little bit back and let's go a little bit back, because all paths lead home. Not all paths are the same. So now we're becoming more consciously aware as to how many paths there are, how our connection to source and guiding us into each and every one of these paths. Let's get the tarot card. Tell me more about this energy here. Ooh, you got polar opposite energy of Saturn, and then see, because we just left Pluto in Capricorn. That's also coming through here too. And the age of Pisces with the Hangman. This card also, and Judgment. You're no longer trying. Tell you that. That trying stage is over. A decision has been made. What is this? What is this decision? What is the judgment? Ooh, okay. Something here. Ooh, something here. That decision, it landed on my arm here. It's the right arm. So be prepared for someone to present you with an offer of stability. Speaking of, Four of Wands, Venus in Aries. Venus responds to or corresponds to your core values, luxury, your senses. Engaging in the lessons with wisdom based off your senses. That's connecting you to that Taurus frequency, that Venusian energy. Four of Wands, Dragonfly, Master of Illusion. Master of Illusion. Which is why time to you is becoming more of that. It's becoming more of an art. All right. Again, this message is a full moon in Scorpio vibe, but it is timeless. So we got to go at the, you know what I mean? You have to grasp whatever lessons you have to grasp, and then this will make more sense. Okay. So All will align for you as it should. All will align for you as it should. Look at this Eight of Pentacles. For some of you, there's a decision being made here regarding work. Four of Wands, Eight of Pentacles. This is something about your craft. I'm getting um something having to do with home, real estate coming through strongly here. All right. You finding the ability or finally connecting with the idea that allows you to do what it is that you want to do when you want to do it. 7:43 on the timer. That 43 could be important. So 4-3, April 3rd, 7. We have here the Chariot. Tell me more about this Four of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. Now, this is what I mean about expect the unexpected, because it's strongly coming through that this energy right now is all about the alignment between the divine feminine and masculine of the pituitary and pineal gland. So this would be an example of where you are within yourself is going to show itself outside of you. You're going to visually see these universal laws come into play, literally and figuratively. Okay. So let's see. Show me more about this Four of Wands with the Eight of Pentacles, 7:44 on the time. That card fell on the ground. Three of Pentacles, 8, and there goes that balance. That's 11. I just heard the beams are up. The beams are up. So something is being built solidly now. Eight of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Sun in Virgo, Three of Pentacles, Mars in Capricorn. So we have Venus, Sun, and Mars. This is all having to do with what you do personally. Again, where you are at within yourself is going to show itself to your reality. So if you want unconditional love, if you want the depths of emotion in a partnership with someone, you have to first show yourself that you're capable of receiving that, which means there's certain situations of your past that may be blocking you from that because of whatever lessons you have to go through that has came through to you as hurt. You have to step into your power. That's that balance here of that spirituality and practicality. I'm also getting it's not so much if you're it's no longer so much about if you're ready to let something go. If it's supposed to go, it's gonna go. Whatever's supposed to come to you based on where you are at with yourself, that's what's going to show up. And I'm saying this is also coming through as where you are at with yourself, with your soul. So some of you are going to be presented with opportunities that you feel you have to be more prepared for, more ready for. This is similar to someone having a child. You can prepare and prepare and prepare for that day, for that delivery. But then you recognize that once you have that child, there's still certain things that you're buying because as you move along this journey, there are things that are going to come into play that you have to adapt to. See what I'm saying? So look at that strength. And then we got the Five of Pentacles here at under that strength message. So yeah, this was quite the it took a lot of courage for you to tame this energy of feeling left out. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. There's something here that's coming into your life that you feel as though that you have to be more prepared for. It ain't even about that. It's that's done and over with because your soul is at the forefront. We've been speaking up on that for some time now on this channel. Regards to your soul is at the forefront, the ego has to take the back seat. The ego has to follow what the soul wants to do, or the ego has to go somewhere else. The experience that you've gained, and as far as that going somewhere else, is no longer part of your story as you're seeing it here. Strength card going in one direction, Five of Pentacles going in the other. All right. So, and Five of Pentacles is Mercury and Taurus. Mercury has to do with your perception and the way you communicate your perception to your external world, or your perception affecting your senses. You on a different track now. You in a different channel now. And you see that here, that strength card going towards that Four of Wands energy, okay? With that Eight of Pentacles, choosing to work on that which is aligning is an alignment to your core values about yourself, your life force, that brings more life force into your life, not drains you. Look at that. Picked up the deck. Look what lands here. Truthfully so. Ten of Pentacles. I'm also seeing here that you are strongly connected to the version of you in a parallel universe with your ancestors and your elders. This has been you since you were a child. Speaking of 5 to 8 years old, you may have been seeing those years in connection to when you were 5 to 8 years old just popping up for you. It's just reminding you, hey, listen, you see that imagination that you used to have and nobody was able to get in the way of that? Here's where you are at now, connected to who you are at this moment. Look at that Five of Cups. That's facts. Because look what we got here. I just said ancestors, and you got this swallow bird here in the background, which represents your ancestors or someone who's on the other side guiding you. And the Five of Cups is that full moon in Scorpio card. The first deacon of Scorpio is the Five of Cups. Shed them last tears of whatever has been spilled over of certain situations that you're not going back to with these Three of Cups. And go towards your two golden chalices right here, love, Venus and Cancer. Go towards the core values when it comes to the way you truly love and feel for yourself, Venus and Cancer. And some of you are literally here to reestablish, you know what I'm saying, that foundation as it relates to unconditional love when it comes to your bloodline. So you do definitely have to move differently. And with that, my loves, I'm going to conclude this message. I see y'all on the next live. I love you much. Take care of yourself. And in honor of this water element full moon energy, drink you some water, love. I love you. Ciao.